The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 30th day of October 2024. We are down to the last weekend of the regular season. Expect the playoffs to begin Monday from Riverfront Stadium. How you doing, Bernie? Between the Mets and the Reds as they start their National League Championship Series. So, I will tell you that the Chicago White Sox on this Friday shut out the Kansas City Royals 8-0, which puts the Minnesota Twins magic number to 2. They are about to go with Frank Viola on this Friday night in Minneapolis against the California Angels, who are almost a 100-loss team. They are 62 and 97. Twins win this one. They clinch a tie. We will do the Twins game at 11:30 tomorrow or noon tomorrow. And I'll tell you what. So instead of doing a regular doubleheader, if the Twins win this, they can clinch tomorrow. If they win tomorrow's noontime game, then we're done. And I get a few days off. Yay. If not, we'll do the Royals and the White Sox on Thursday night. So that's that for that. So here we go. It is the Twins and the Angels. Now, the Angels are going to go with Mike Witt for his last start of the year. So, and the Angels are not playing a terrible lineup today. I've already seen who will be playing for them. And the Twins can just kind of come and go as they please. Their magic number is 2. The pennant seems to be there as they are a 96-win team. The defending world champions are alive and well heading into October. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Today, from the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it is the Minnesota Twins and the California Angels. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so here we are, the Twins 96 and 63, the Angels 62 and 97, but we play these games for a reason. Nothing is guaranteed. I'm not sure we had the Angels on. They've not been a good team all year. So you know it's late in the season if we're showing last place teams. The Brian Downing will lead off for California as the DH. Poor old Johnny Ray, he's at second and will bat second. Wally Joyner is at first, going third. Chili Davis is in right. He'll clean up. Mike Brown, I believe he was with the Red Sox at one point, in left field will bat fifth. Dante Bichette getting a cup of coffee on the Folgers tour in center field. He'll bat sixth. Bob Boone at 41 years old, not even the oldest catcher in the majors. Carlton Fisk went 2 for 4, by the way, in the White Sox 8-0 win over Kansas City. Boone will bat seventh. Dick Schofield at short bats eighth, and Jack Howell at third will bat ninth. Frank Viola can go as long as his pennant hopes can go. Technically 115 pitches, but you just never know. The lefty is a 20-game winner in this replay. If they get to the playoffs, he will face Roger Clemens at Fenway Park in Game 1. He is 28 years old, fastball at 89, and a ground ball pitcher. 20-9, that is second in the American League in wins. His 2.85 ERA is fourth, and his 205 strikeouts is third in the American League. He last pitched against the Angels in Anaheim 5 days ago, September 25th. In a 5-1 win, he went 8 innings, 114 pitches, 4 hits, a run was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 7. Overall for Viola, 255 and 2/3, 210 hits, 86 runs, 81 of them earned. He's allowed 24 homers. He's walked 51, and as we said, his 205 strikeouts, third in the American League. How you doing, Gus the Wonder Dog? The Twins line up like this in the field. Dan Gladden at 8 and a 7 in left. Kirby Puckett at 10 and an 8 in center. Randy Bush is a 4 and a 5 in right. Al Newman a 3 at third. Lombardozzi a 3 at short. Not sure that Gaetti can play third, but Greg Gagne can play short if needed. Tommy Herr is a 5 at second. Mean Gene Larkin, the hitting machine, a 3 at first. Tim Loudner behind the plate, a 7 and a 4. Viola is a 3 with a 9.46 fielding percentage. So, in this packed house at the Metrodome, it's not for the Vikings, it's for the Twins, and they can pretty much determine their October fate right here, right now. And it's all good for them. Even if they lose, their magic number is still 2. Brian Downing at 251, 22 homers, and 71 RBI. Pitch to Downing, struck him out. That's how the Twins want to start. And 0-2 fastball got him. Against the Angels, Viola is 2-0 with a 1.69 ERA, which means California 12, Minnesota 3, I think, by the time this is over, right? Johnny Ray at 281, 6 triples, 5 homers, and 63 RBI. Viola winds and fires. Ground ball to Larkin. Gene is there. 1 out. For Wally Joyner, Wally at 284, 13 homers, and 68 RBI. Viola, 2 out, top of the first, steals. Ground ball past Larkin into right field, and that's the first base runner. Chili Davis at 272. He's had a good year. 24 homers and 104 RBI. Ripped to left, past Gladden, down in the corner. Joyner's going to round third and score without a throw. No champagne today, regardless, for Minnesota, but California wants to delay this as long as possible. Davis with an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Angels. For Mike Brown, hitting 257 and 5 RBI. Davis off a second, 2 out. Right back up the box, Lombardozzi snares it, throws to Larkin, and that will take care of business in the first. However, a run for the Angels, 2 hits and no errors. California 1, here come the Twins. The Angels' poor record is not the fault of Mike Witt, who is 28 years old. Ignore that 14-14 record. Focus on the fact his ERA is at 3.36, which is very good, compared to 4.15. Witt, 28, a hard fastball thrower at 88, and a ground ball pitcher. His last start was a loss to the Twins, a 2-0 complete game. Loss, 9 innings, 122 pitches, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 4. So Witt and Davis seem to be the bright spots on the year for California. 262 and a third innings for Mike, 262 hits, 115 runs, 98 earned, 6 homers. He's walked 87 while striking out 139. This will be the lineup for the Twins. Dan Gladden will lead off in left field. Tommy Herr at second will bat second. Randy Bush batting third in right field. Kirby Puckett, I'd be curious to see if Kirby or Mike Greenwell will be the AL MVP when all is said and done. He's in center cleaning up. Gene Larkin at first will bat fifth. Jim Dwyer, the DH, will go sixth. Tim Loudner behind the plate batting seventh. Lombardozzi is at short. Steve will bat eighth. And Al Newman at third batting ninth. Witt can go as long as he wants. It's his last start of the year. Defensively for the Angels, Brown a 6 and an 8 in left. Dante Bichette a 3 and a 4 in center. Chili Davis a 4 and a 9 in right. Jay Howell is a 4 at third. Dick Schofield is an 8 at short. Johnny Ray a 6 at second. Wally Joyner a 6 at first. Bob Boone, even at 41 years old, is a 10 range behind the plate and a 6 arm. And Witt, a 7 on the mound with a 9.62 fielding percentage. Herbeck, Gagne, and Gaetti all can go off the bench if need be. Gladden at 260. Dan has hit 12 home runs and driven in 59. And there's a line drive to center. That will drop in front of Bichette, and the Twins are already in business here in the first. For Tommy Herr at 260, 3 homers and 26 RBI. So here's some gaming, strategy for you. If you're playing a game where, in this case, someone is gunning for a playoff spot, but in real life they've already been eliminated, such as the Twins were coming in this last weekend of the 88 season, you give those starters at least one at-bat and then work what you think the regulars are in. In this case, I can't imagine Dwyer's going to play the whole game, although he's got a couple home runs already. If you need to sub Lombardozzi, you do it. You just give them some at-bats and then go in. The Twins come into this in game number 160 with baseball's best record at 96-63. Pitch to, I'll throw to first, and Gladden is back. Now they'll go to her, and Tommy grounds this one to Ray, might be 2. Schofield for 1, and Herr's going to beat it out. The throw was late, and so it's a fielder's choice. For Randy Bush, hitting 272, 15 homers, and 66 RBI. So that's how I would handle an as played this late in the year. You get those regulars in, but they may not start, depending on what the real-life lineup is. And judging by California's lineup, they're pretty much going with a close to full lineup as well. Pitch to Bush. Randy hits a ground ball to Witt. Ray for 1, Joyner for 2. So a 1-4-3 double play, and the Twins don't get anything. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 1, California 1, Minnesota nothing. So Dante Bichette on the Maxwell House Tour, getting his cup of coffee at 167, 2 doubles and 2 RBI. Viola, a bit steamed after the first, rears back, fly ball, left center field. Puckett going back, makes the catch, 1 out. Bob Boone, he must have retired. Now, how much longer does Bob Boone play? His son Aaron won a World Series game last night. Bob at 280, 4 homers, and 30 RBI. Viola deals. That's up the middle. Lombardozzi has it on the run, throws to Larkin, 2 out. For Schofield, Dickey at 244, 4 homers and 39 RBI. Viola's pitch. He drops one down and is going to beat it out. So a bunt single for Schofield. Viola just kind of looks down there, shakes his head. What a no-hitter. 2 out for Jack Howell, not Jay. Jack at 262, 15 homers and 68 RBI. Schofield, not a gentle throw from Viola over to first. 2 out. Fly ball, right field. Bush, that's going back, and that's gone. So California taking the chance, getting the TV appearance. A 2-run shot for Howell is 16th, and it's 3-0 California. Not what you want Viola to do if you're a Twins fan. The Red Sox scouts are in force here, trying to get as good as they can. If the Twins win the division, you figure that Viola can get 3 starts in the ALCS if they need him. Here's Brian Downing. He struck out his first time up. Viola, an inning and 2/3 for his opening 9, 23 pitches, 4 hits, pitching a bit nervous. That home run to Howell and a strikeout. Boone plays 2 more years, full-time in 89 and part-time for the Royals in 90. I can't imagine crouching that much at 43 years old. Pitch to Downing, base hit left center. So the Angels Saw all the stuff going in and the champagne going into the refrigerator and said, Here's Johnny Ray. Johnny's 0 for 1. To short. Lombardozzi over to Larkin, and that will do. So they are retired. A's get the 2-run homer from Howell with 2 out. And after an inning and a half, it's California 3, Minnesota nothing. So Kirby Puckett at 366. 26 homers and 123 RBI. Witt deals. Popped up. Right side. That's a rainmaker indoors. Ray, 1 out. For Larkin at 264, 11 homers and 68 RBI. And Larkin walks. So if the Angels win, we will do the doubleheader, 11:30 tomorrow. Royals first, Twins second. Twins' magic number is 2. Kansas City got shut out by Chicago, 8-0. Jim Dwyer at 250, 2 homers and 5 RBI. Into left center, Bichette moving over, makes the catch for the out. If the Twins win, we'll just do the Twins game tomorrow, and then we'll see on Friday, which would be the last day of the regular season. Tim Loudner at 263, 11 homers and 56 RBI. I was trying to think whether we've had a race go down this far, and then realized when we did 49, we had a 3-game playoff between St. Louis and Brooklyn, which Brooklyn won. Pitch to Loudner. Base hit left field. Brown will pick it up. Larkin, is he going to hold? Yes. Don't make the 3rd out on the bases. First and second, 2 out for Lombardozzi at 209. Tells you just how accurate this game is. 22 RBI and 2 homer. Pitch from Witt. There's a base hit left center field. Now Larkin will come around, I'd imagine. Brown will try to see what Brown does with this. Does he go home with it? Yes, he does. The throw, that's closer than I thought, and Larkin is in there, and it's 3-1. So an RBI single for Lombardozzi, and here's Al Newman at 194 and 23 RBI. I think Viola's nervous. He hasn't thrown a lot of pitches through the first 2, but he's trailing 3-1. Pitch to Newman. To Schofield. Dick's got it. Flips it to Ray, and that will do. Twins get a run on 2 hits. They've left on 2. And after 2, it's California 3. The Twins 1. So Joyner, Davis, and Brown to face Viola here in the 3rd. Tom Kelly between innings just kind of put a hand on Viola's knee and said, we got you. Just do what you do. Ground ball to Hurd. Tommy on the dirt. Throws to first. 1 out. Don't overthrow it. Pitch. Don't throw. Chili Davis doubled homer run in the first. Got him. And 0-2 fastball swung on and missed for Mike Brown, who's 0 for 1. Slow chopper to short. Lombardozzi has it. Throws to first. Brown's running, but he's not that fast. And that'll do. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 3rd here at the Metrodome. California 3, Minnesota 1. So, top of the lineup to face Mike Witt. 40 pitches, 2 innings, 3 hits and a walk. Gladden singled. His first time up. And that's a high ground ball to Ray. Johnny has to wait between hops throws to first for the out. Tommy Hurd is 0 for 1. Base hit up the middle. So the Twins, the rally towels are out. The homer hankies are waving for Randy Bush, who grounded into a double play his first time up. Base hit left center field. I thought about hitting and running there, but I didn't. Her will bluff. It took a weird hop on Bichette, who's really not used to playing on an artificial surface. But he recovered nicely, and so was first and second. 1 out for Kirby Puckett. Kirby looking to clinch the American League MVP right here. So her on second, Bush on first. And Witt, who's already down throwing 50 pitches, staring at Kirby Puckett, who was waving that back and forth like a toothpick. He deals. Infield fly rule called. Kirby throws the bat. Schofield makes the catch. Kirby did not throw that in play. So here's Gene Larkin, 2 out. Gene walked and scored his first time up. The lone run for the Twins in the second. Walked him again. And now the bases are loaded for Jim Dwyer, who will stay in the game with an on-base percentage of .542. You gotta. So the bases are loaded. Larkin on first, Bush on second, her on third. How you doing, Andrew? Twins trying to pull ahead. They trail 3-1 here in the third. They already know that the White Sox beat the Royals 8-0. The magic number is now 2. Pitch to Dwyer. Base hit right field. Her will score. Davis can't get it. Bush will score. Larkin's into third, and this game is tied. And if you thought the Yankees were waving before, oh ho ho, there are jet engines that tell the Metrodome to shut up and be quiet. So here's Tim Loudner. Loudner, kind of appropriate here as this place gets louder and louder, singled his first time up. So Dwyer on first, Larkin on third in a 3-3 ball game. Witt deals. Ground ball to third. Howell goes across the way, and that'll do. However, the Twins get 2 on 3 hits. They've left on 4, but they don't care about that right now. We go to the 4th in a 3-3 tie. So Viola will face Bichette, Boone, and Schofield here in the 4th. Viola thanks the governor for his reprieve and starts the inning with a ground ball to Lombardozzi over to Larkin. 1 out. So here's how we'll do tomorrow. If the Twins win, that will be the game, noon Eastern. If the Angels win, it's a doubleheader at 11:30. Royals first, Twins second. Bob Boone is 0 for 1. Left center, Puckett, 2 out. Dick Schofield has singled and driven in a run. Yep, being like a kid. You know, when I was a kid, I was 16 when this game was played. Of course, no ball games on cable in '88, but really, you know how much that would have been so much fun to have NBC and ABC just go any meaningful game. It just, I know that today that's what they should be doing too. Forrest brought up the good point, and we'll get to that in a second. Pitch to Schofield. Tried to bunt, and he fouled it off. Bunt single his first time up. Viola just kind of looks at him. The 0-2. Struck him out. And a sly smile from Viola as Schofield watched strike 3 like a Dairy Queen on the side of the road in Minneapolis after 3.5, 3-3. Oh no, Ron, you're supposed to talk here. Okay. Here's the amazing thing. The Twins have the best record in all of baseball. They're 96-63. That Kansas City loss is factored in. There's only 3 games separating all 4 potential playoff teams. The Red Sox, I think, are 6 or 7 games better than they were in '88. The Mets are a bit worse. And I don't know, forget what Cincinnati, I didn't look up what Cincinnati's real record is. So in the MVP race, you got Puckett hitting .366. Greenwell leads in RBI. And the computer says Wade Boggs, who's hitting .356 and has scored 120 times. If it is Boston and Minnesota, it's the two best batting teams. Minnesota, second best in the fielding behind Oakland. And California comes in 34 games out of first place. Lombardozzi singled his first time up. John's probably shared this before. One of his fondest memories, which I do not share with him, is running from the bus to the house to watch the end of the Bucky Dent game. It was the only time I had to stay after school because I started the chant in third grade that the Yankees rot. So I didn't get home until the third inning. Just saying. Just saying. Lombardozzi has singled and driven in a run. Pitch from Witt to start the fourth. Fly ball to left. Back goes Brown. And for the Angels, that's what Brown can do for you. One out for Newman, who's 0 for 1. Forrest brought up the point that it is too bad in this era that so many games were meaningless, which is true. I think that they've tried to address that. I don't necessarily think that more playoff teams are a bad thing. I think it makes you have to think about what you want to do. And this year they got it right. It is the two best teams in baseball, the Dodgers and the Yankees, in the World Series. I think what they should have done is, starting after a while, and you can kind of see it with RJL doing the replays, is in the 4-division setup, top 2 make it. That's how I would do it. We go traditional, though, so you don't get that with this. Pitch to Newman. There's a base hit left center field. Bichette will pick it up. Of course, the other thing is, of course, it was that couple from Rhode Island all those years that made the schedule. Dan Gladden, by the way, 1 for 2 with the single. 18 batters deep for Witt, 75 pitches, 3 1/3. 7 hits, not been his best day, and 2 walks. You could tell that they weren't kind of expecting much if it was the Twins and the Angels to close out the 88 season. Throw to first, Newman back. No, they got him. He did not get back. He was too far gone, and Witt picked him off. Tom Kelly just kind of goes, yeah, maybe you should worry, Al. So, 2 out, no count to Dan Gladden. Ground ball to short. Schofield has it over to Joyner, and that would all been for naught anyway, as Gladden is retired. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 5th. 3-3 the score. So Howell, Downing, and Ray to face Viola. I don't believe we had to use Jeff Reardon yesterday. That was Roy Smith. So Reardon can go maybe... Let's take a look here. Reardon can go 2. German Gonzalez can go 2. So if Viola has a lead after 6, maybe you'd start to think about it. Jack Howell homered his last time up. That was in the 2nd. That made it 3-0 California. This time around up the middle. Herr waits in front of the bag, throws to first for the out. I remember getting home from school to watch the 80 game between the Dodgers and the Astros that Dave Goltz laid a big egg on for. Brian Downing, 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. Viola has settled in, 4 1/3. 18 batters, 52 pitches, 5 hits. 3 runs, they all came early, including the 2-run homer from Howell in the 2nd, and he's now fan 3. Left field, that's well struck. Back goes Gladden, and that is off the wall. Gladden will wait. Downing doesn't have the speed to go to third anymore, and that's a stand-up double for Brian. That's his 13th. So 1 out for poor old Johnny Ray, who is 0 for 2. Popped up. Lombardozzi has it for the out. Twins, when we showed you that bullpen, that's pretty good. Red Sox are going to have their hands full regardless of who it is. Wally Joyner, 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. If the Royals can come back from the dead, you got 2 20-game winners in Charlie Lee Brandt and Brett Saberhagen. Bucky Dent and Aaron Boone both made share a name in many Red Sox households, yes. And a different one in many Yankees. Myself, it's the one you can't say on TV. Fornication, maternal fornicator, I think is pretty much safe. Joyner 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Downing on second. 2 out here in the 5th. Into right center. Kirby Puckett waits. Makes the catch. I lost someone for saying that. Halfway home on a 63-degree day here in Burlington. Angels and Twins knotted at 3. Regarding Aaron Boone and what they'll call him, you know, Freddie Freeman kind of Kirk Gibson that World Series all the way down to I think the Dodgers win it in 5. The best record in baseball, and they got to the World Series. Boone may not be the best tactical manager, but they got there, and that. So we'll see. Join us late. Angels thought they were going to run away with this. They were up 3-0, 3-3 the score, 3-6-0 for the Angels, 3-7-0 for the Twins. Chili Davis, an RBI double to score Wally Joyner to make it 1-0. Jack Howell, a 2-run homer to make it 3-0 in the second, his 16th. Then the Twins forced themselves back. Steve Lombardozzi, an RBI single to score Gene Larkin. And then Jim Dwyer, a 2-run single to make it 3-3 in the third. And that's where we stand now. Witt, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He's walked 2. Not been great for the Angels. Viola, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a homer, and 3 strikeouts for the Twins. Tommy Hurst steps in. He's 1 for 2, and the run scored. John says, how long before the computer would pull Boddicker on Sunday? Here's the thing. This series doesn't start until Wednesday. And since I now control who starts when, Boddicker would start Game 3. It'll be Clemens on Wednesday, Hurst on Thursday. So Boddicker isn't scheduled to pitch till Saturday. If they want him to go forever, they can. He would either go Game 3 here against maybe Bert Blyleven or Les Straker. I'm not sure what I'll do with Blyleven. Or he would go in Game 3 in Kansas City, which I think is how they did it in real life. That series opened in the day because of the vice presidential debate. And so Game 2 of the Mets and Dodgers was a prime time, was at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night. So I think that's why Joe Morgan did what he did in real life. He didn't need to use him until the weekend. Tommy Hurst, we said 1 for 2, a run scored. Base hit right center. He's going to get 2. Bichette, by the time he spun around, has good speed, and being a good artificial turf player, was into second. So the go-ahead run is on for Randy Bush. Randy 1 for 2 and a run scored. I just find it funny to get back to the Yankees for a second. How many people just did not like Joe Torre as a manager? How you doing, Big Dave? Boone and Witt have a word. Mike deals. Fly ball right field. Crowd reacting. So is Chili Davis. He'll make the catch in the corner. Her will bluff. Won't go. Davis has a cannon for an arm. And why would you with Kirby Puckett at the plate, who's 0 for 2. Kirby on a 9-game hitting streak. Ground ball to Joyner. He'll take it to first. Her moves on to third, and there's 2 out. For Gene Larkin, the hitting machine has walked twice and scored once. The go-ahead run on third with 2 out. Got him. So Larkin chased a 2-2 fastball, and we're through 5. Twins get a hit. They've left on 5, and it's 3-3. So Davis, who had an RBI double, Brown and Bichette to face Viola here in the 6th. Long drive to left. Back goes Gladden, and Dan can't get there. That's off the wall for a double. The throw goes into third, and Chili has his 32nd double of the year. For Mike Brown, who is 0 for 2. Again, Viola hasn't thrown that many pitches, 62 as we play the 6th. Got him, that's number 4. A 1-2 fastball got him looking. So 1 out for Bichette. Dante is 0 for 2. Imagine paying all that money for World Series tickets and then being permanently banned like those 2 Yahoos last night. Pitch to Bichette. Into left center. Puckett moving over. Davis keeps an eye on things. Kirby has it, and Davis will hold right there as a strong throw to third. 2 out. I mean, with cameras everywhere and 4K cameras everywhere, they're going to know who you are. You met. It has been reported that earlier they can attend Game 5. Really? That's nuts. You can't interfere with that unless your name is Jeffrey Meyer. Bob Boone is 0 for 2. Viola deals. Struck him out. So Viola worked around the double. A fastball 1 on a 1-2, swung on and missed. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in Minneapolis, 3-3. So Dwyer, who has a 2-run single today, now has 7 RBI. Loudner and Lombardozzi. Fly ball to right. Davis, 1 out. Did they just figure... Didn't want a refund? Here's Loudner. Tim is 1 for 2 with a single. Still love the, speaking of World Series stories, don't you just love the one for the little kid that caught the Freeman Grand Slam in Game 1? Don't know how true this is, but he found out he was going to the game on the way to the game. A little surfer kid, long hair. They told him supposedly he was going to the dentist, which would make sense. I mean, their 5 o'clock starts out in Los Angeles. And so you get to go to a World Series Game 1, and then you catch one of the biggest home runs in franchise history. I think that, I mean, that kid just had the biggest, goofiest smile you're ever going to see. Pitch to Loudner. There's a base hit right center field. Bichette played that one well off the turf, and Loudner will hold with a single. 9th hit for the Twins. Here's Lombardozzi with 1 out. He has singled and driven in a run. Yep, that kid got instant credit at school. On Monday, don't forget that home run was on a Friday night. Lombardozzi is going to square here. He puts it down. Joyner has to play it. They'll throw to Ray, and the sacrifice will work. 2 out for Newman, who has a single. Oh, the Hall of Fame has it? Yeah, I was thinking that, if he'd held on to it, that kid was a millionaire. Just the smile on his face is so cool. The first walk-off Grand Slam in World Series history. Newman will stay in the left. Brown in the corner. That's hooking, but not far enough. And Brown leans over and makes a fantastic catch. We are through 6. No runs. The Twins have left on 6. And after 6, it's 3-3. So Schofield, Howell, and Downing to face Viola here in the 7th. Got him. 6 for Frank. An 0-2 fastball chased. So Viola, after the shaky start, has settled right in. But Jack Howell took him the opposite way in the second to make it 3-0. He now is 16 on the year and is driven in 70. Pitch to Jack. Got him. So a good morning and a good afternoon. 2-2 changeup. Got him looking. And there's 2 out for Downing. Brian is singled, doubled, and struck out. He's 2 for 3. Viola, 85 pitches, 6 2/3, 7 hits. Howell with a home run in the second. And Viola has fanned 7. Number 8 would be the side here. He winds and deals. Fly ball to left. Gladden. Stretch time. 3-3. What will be a footnote? In Philly, they'd be talking about everything in 50 years. Dan Gladden 1 for 3 with a single with 27 batters, 102 pitches, 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. It's a quality start for Witt. Poor consolation on this bad season. 2 walks and a strikeout. Witt starts the 7th. Struck him out. That's 2. 2-2 fastball inside. Got him looking. For Tommy Herr, 2 for 3. A single, a double, and a run scored. There's a high ground ball to Schofield, over to Joyner, and Wally World is there, 2 out. For Randy Bush, who is 1 for 3, he has singled, scored, and grounded into a double play. Puckett on deck. Should Bush reach here in the 7th. Fly ball to the left. Brown moving over. Will make the catch, and that'll do. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 8th in a 3-3 tie. So Johnny Ray, Wally Joyner, and Chili Davis to face Viola. Johnny is 0 for 3. And again, you got Jermaine Gonzalez and Jeff Reardon when you need them. So Viola has done all that and more to get him that far. No decision, but Viola, a 20-game winner and the real-life Cy Young. He just wants to start game 1 in Boston on Wednesday. Pitch to Ray. Slow chopper to Lombardozzi. Throws to Larkin. 1 out. But the kid proceeded to drive his parents nuts and talk about it while waiting 4 hours to get out. That was worth the wait. Yep. Yeah. Ah. Can you imagine having to clean out those braces, too? Yep. Ah. Ah. Here's Joyner. He's 1 for 3. He singled and scored. Pitch to Wally. Here's a ground ball, left side base hit. Past Lombardozzi. And the Angels have the go-ahead run on with 1 out here in the 8th. Not a great play for Steve. Chili Davis is 2 for 3. He has doubled twice, driven in a run, and struck out. You see it, Mom? You see it, Mom? Right in my glove. That was great. It was great. Just great. The worst part of that is the kid will probably be Jimmy Fallon at some point. Pitch to Davis. Line drive, left field. Gladden, did he get there? He'll dive. No, he did not get there. And Davis is going to have extra bases. That does not quite scamper past Gladden. That's a soft wall. In fact, it hit a stanchion out there. Second and third, 1 out for Brown. Oh, those yahoos stealing the ball out of Betts' glove. They meaning everyone else but not Philly. Okay. That's what I was wondering what you were talking about. Tom Kelly goes to visit Viola, and Frankie says, I got him. Kelly says, what do you want to do? And they're going to walk around. So 4 wide ones. Oh, I needed that. So they set up the bases. Look, they set up the double play for Bichette. And Kelly takes a look and says, no, I think you're done. They take the ball out of his hands. And they'll bring in German Gonzalez here. So Viola will give way. Let's see if this works for me or not. Gonzalez, 19th appearance. Now, his in-run average is .595. 26 years old. Fastball at 93 and a standard pitcher. He last pitched 3 days ago in an 8-5 win over Oakland. 1 inning, 15 pitches, and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 19 2/3, 20 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, 5 homers, 8 walks, and 21 strikeouts. So that ERA of .595 is a bit inflated. But righty versus righty in a double play gets him out of it, with Puckett, Larkin, and Dwyer due up for the Twins in the 8th. And Tony Armas is going to pinch hit. So the wheels on the bus go round and round. As a pinch hitter, Armas hitting .250. Overall, .275, 15 homers, and 55 RBI. So Gonzalez does throw a decent amount of strikeouts. Both teams 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Angels have left on 4 so far. The Twins have left on 6. Gonzalez from the stretch struck him out. A full count fastball inside on the black, 2 away. For Bob Boone, Bob is 0 for 3. Feeling giggity about this. My word. So again, bases loaded, 2 out. Joyner on third. Davis on second. Brown on first. Gonzalez deals, and he walks home the go-ahead run. So Boone worked a 5-pitch walk, a 3-2 changeup miss upstairs, and here's Schofield. So 4-3 Angels. Schofield 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out twice. Struck him out. However, the Angels get a big run on the walk. 1 run, 2 hits, they leave him loaded, and after 7.5, it's the Angels 4, the Twins 3. However, Puckett, Larkin, and Dwyer here in the 8th. And if you needed a team to strike back, well, the umpire is wearing Minnesota Twins pinstripes. Kirby's 0 for 3. To third, Howell will snare it. Over to first, Puckett's running, but he's out. Armas goes into center. He's a 3 and a 3. Larkin has walked twice and struck out. He's 0 for 1. And they'll make the move right now. Kent Herbeck will pinch hit. As a pinch hitter, 167 and 2 RBI. Overall, 305, 24 homers, and 98 RBI, and can play first. 4-3 Angels. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Left center, Armas should track this one down. He does. A sliding catch on the turf. 2 out for Dwyer, who will stay in the ball game. He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. Get on and save Gaetti and Gagne for the 9th. Struck him out. So Witt does yeoman's work. He struggled early on. He's going to get 8 in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th, California 4, Minnesota 3. So it'll be Howell, Downing, and Ray to face Gonzalez, at least to start the inning. Howell's homer in the 2nd made it a 3-0 game for the Angels. So if the Angels win, doubleheader 11:30 tomorrow. Royals, White Sox, Angels, Twins. If the Twins come back to win, it'll be 1 game at noon between the Twins and the Angels. So you'll see them tomorrow, regardless. Pitched, missing a first baseman. Herbeck a 3. Stays in, obviously, in the game. Herbeck gets an immediate ground ball. 1 out. So Loudner and a couple of we'll sees, Lombardozzi and Newman, due up in the 9th for the Twins. Brian Downing 2 for 4, a single, a double, and a strikeout. And I don't say this often enough. Tomorrow might be the end of our regular season. We thank you so much. I thank you so much for all the Patreons and all the likes and subscriptions and super chats and all that. You are the reason for what we do, and to bring you the 6th season is my honor, and I look forward to 56 in 25. Pitched it down. Jim Eppard is going to pinch hit. Eppard, well, it's a DH, so there's no pinch hit. A household name in his own house at 279, no homers, and 13 RBI. Gonzalez steals. Eppard, another ground ball to Herbeck. Kent getting a workout. 2 out. For Johnny Ray, who's 0 for 4. So Gonzalez would have liked that walk back, but it's still a 1-run game. So it really doesn't matter. Speaking of walks, there goes Ray to first. So Gonzalez out. Dan Schatzeder will face the lefty Joyner. Schatzeder over from Cleveland, 34 years old, 0-1, a 2.70 ERA, 8th appearance, 34 years old, fastball at 87. Ground ball plus pitcher. Faced these Angels a week ago tonight in Anaheim in an 11-6 loss, and he took the loss. 1 inning, 22 pitches, a hit. Both the runs were earned in 2 walks. 6 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 4. and apparently in the reverse splits. Joyner is 2 for 4. He has singled twice and scored twice. Ray on first. 4-3 Angels, 2 out in the 9th. Ground ball to Newman, over to her, and that will take care of the Angels. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Loudner will stay in. Witt, you might well go the distance. It's his last appearance of the year anyway. So Loudner, and we'll see. The Twins 1 to tie and 2 to virtually end the season. Tim is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Witt deals. There's a ground ball right back to Witt. Hard throw to Joyner, 1 out. And so they'll look. Lombardozzi, he looks over to see what they'll do, and it will be Gary Gaetti to pinch hit. He's hitting .500 as a pinch hitter with 3 RBI. Almost a Triple Crown threat. 335, 33 homers, and 113 RBI. Newman can play short if need be. Witt, right at the end of it now, delivers. Struck him out. Oh, that was big. And 0-2 fastball, and Gaetti chased. So Newman will stay in. Al 1 for 3. He's not a home run threat, but if he could work a walk, it's the last chance saloon. So if Mike Witt can get the 27th out, we'll see you at 11:30 tomorrow for a doubleheader. We'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 for a doubleheader. So the Royals stay virtually alive another day. The Angels wait till game 160 to get on the stream, and they win. They have beaten Frankie Viola and the Twins 4-3. 3 hours on the nose. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Angels. 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Twins. The Angels strand 8, and the Twins strand 6. The computer gave Davis the MVP. I'm going to give it to Mike Witt. 9 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Had minus stuff against a playoff team, or we assumed to be a playoff team. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Viola gets charged with the loss. And Schatzter minus stuff. So tomorrow we will have what might be the last stream of the season, of the regular season. Let's take some games off here. Or Gubas is a 20-game winner. So here we go. So tomorrow's doubleheader, Melito Perez versus Mark Gubiza, followed by Dan Petrie and Charlie Lee. So that's the doubleheader for you tomorrow. And as soon as it lets me, the rest of this day. Yeah, you as well. So here is everything else that happened today. The Pirates 4, the Cubs 3. Dunn goes to 8-13. Sutcliffe falls to 14-16. Bobby Bonilla 2 for 4 with his 29th. The Cardinals beat the Mets 12-3. David Cohn falls to 13-8. Greg Jeffries hits 2 home runs. Mets fans go agog. 3-4 with 2 RBI. Expos beat the Phillies 5-4. Smith gets the win. Bedrosian takes the loss. Jeff Houston 4 for 4. Darrell Evans, a grand slam, 5 RBI. The Tigers pound out 16 hits. They beat the Yankees 14-1. Paul Gibson 8-2. Roden 11-10. Torey Lavulo hits a second, drives in 2. Roger Clemens beats the Indians 6-2. Clemens an 18-game winner. Blue Jays beat the Orioles 5-1. Dave Steep 18-3. Wow. Jeff Ballard 7-15. Atlanta beat Cincinnati 10-3. Cleveland, by the way, walked 10 Red Sox runners. Fred McGriff, by the way, has 100 RBI. As we said, Braves beat the Reds 10-3. Mailer 10-18. Browning probably going to go game 2 for the Reds. It'll be Danny Jackson in game 1. Gerald Perry hits 2 home runs. He now has 6 and drove in 5. Padres beat the Astros 6-1. Ed Whitson 14-7. Meads falls to 2-5. Alomar 4-for-4 with 2 doubles. We told you that Chicago shut out Kansas City. Oof. Seattle, Mike Moore strikes out 10, goes 8, goes to 17-11. Beats Texas 12-3. Kevin Brown falls to 1-2. Harold Reynolds 3-for-5 with a double. Insult to injury in L.A. The Dodgers fall to the Giants 8-2. Cook 2-0. Tudor 3-3. Oakland much too late. Shuts out Milwaukee 9-0. Dave Stewart strikes out 8. Oakland pounds out 16 hits. All right, doubleheader tomorrow. It'll be the Kansas City and Chicago. Kansas City needs to win to survive pretty much, followed by the Angels and the Twins. And if we need to do stuff on Friday, we will. Thank you so much. We will talk to you for 2 tomorrow. So long, everybody.